So it turns out that focusing on what you want might actually decrease your chances of getting it, and what's worse is that this focus could also be compromising your ethics without you realizing it. I spent 15 years of my life training and competing as a kickboxer and boxer, and for most of that time I thought the very best thing I could do in the lead up to a fight was to imagine myself ultimately at the top of the podium, showered in glory. I assumed I had to see it, to believe it, and then make it happen. But research shows that focusing too much on the objective can actually reduce our chances of achieving it by sapping our energy, motivation, and focus. And it's easy to see why we've fallen into this trap, because it seems like a very positive thing to do to imagine ourselves receiving the medal or promotion or standing ovation, all of our hard work finally having paid off. But that feel-good factor is a big part of the problem. We get a hit of dopamine when we imagine ourselves already having succeeded, and that can satisfy our lust for achievement just enough to numb the drive to do the actual work, meaning that we don't. Another issue is that too much focus on the goal makes everything binary. Either I win or I have failed. And I speak from experience when I say that black and white thinking can add an unbearable amount of pressure. For me, it led to anxiety, depression, EDs, burnout, and years of illness. And even if it doesn't take you that far, and I really hope it doesn't, you're still likely to encourage increased stress, procrastination, worrying, and perfectionist anxiety. But that's not even the end of this nasty list. Studies have also found that as a result of impaired perspective, risk-taking, and optionality, excessive goal focus can lead to an abuse of power, a distorted ethical perspective, and other general unpleasantness. Think Purdue Pharma mismarketing the addiction to pain-relieving oxycodone and contributing to the opioid crisis, or athletes taking performance-enhancing drugs to get the win. These are big examples, but we're all capable of smaller versions of those transgressions, and while in the grip of our lust for success, we might not even register it happening. So what's the solution? Well, none of this means that we shouldn't set goals. We need goals. But we need to be careful about which we set, how we set them, and what we focus on while on the road. So here are 3 tips for healthier, more effective, and potentially more ethical goal setting, and make sure you listen to the third one because it's a little different and definitely my favourite. 1. Set process goals as opposed to outcome goals. This means making the tasks or work required into the objective as opposed to focusing on the end result. To get motivated, imagine yourself in the process of getting it done. 2. Set implementation intentions instead of goal intentions. This is related to point 1, but not exactly the same. An implementation intention refers to an if-then plan that specifies the exact behavior you'll perform in a certain situation. For example, if work runs over and I can't make it to my fitness class, then I'll walk home instead. Or if someone tries to pressure me into drinking on dry January, I'll leave the event. Number 3, and this is the one that I love, broaden the goal scope. Set a salient or value-linked higher-level goal in addition to your initial aim, such as social justice, compassion, or work-life balance. This is powerful in a number of different ways. It makes it easier to tolerate hiccups, to consider alternate routes, and also potentially to stay on track ethically as you stay connected to the bigger picture. I really hope this helps. If you do any of these things already, let me know in the comments.